From the pages of WWE SmackDown magazine, April 2004, the blue brand explodes off glossy paper at the height of the Ruthless Aggression Era. And right from the cover, it is Eddie Guerrero's moment, Latino heat at last standing tall as WWE Champion. The magazine opening with reverence for the man once labeled a risk, a mid-carder, a cruiserweight curiosity, now coronated as the face of SmackDown after shocking the world at No Way Out. The story painting Eddie as SmackDown's best-kept secret finally revealed, tracing his path through the highs and lows, his personal demons, his family legacy, the Guerrero name, and culminating in the February pay-per-view where, against all odds, he slayed Brock Lesnar, proving heart and charisma could topple a beast. The photography tells the tale. Eddie raised on shoulders, draped in the gold, tears streaming down his face, the crowd's joy radiating like a tidal wave. And the text hammers it home, Eddie saying, "Who would have thought a 5'9" Chicano would make it to the very top, a testament to grit and redemption." Then the magazine pivots to an exclusive that stunned fans, the first time the Big Show ever sat down with WWE Magazine for an extended feature. For years, he was the looming giant, the silent destroyer. But here, he opened up, candid and raw, talking about the pain of being 7 feet tall and 500 pounds. The cramped flights, the endless hotel rooms, the way people stared at him in public, his battles with his own health, and his respect for those who came before, especially Andre the Giant. He admitted that his lifestyle meant he'd be lucky to see 60, spoke of his admiration for Dean Martin and his unexpected love of old-school crooners, and gave insight into the mental toll of being compared to Andre, forever cast as the next giant. Yet always determined to be his own man. This was not just a feature, it was a revelation, peeling back the curtain on the human behind the monster. Brock Lesnar followed, not with humility, but with fire, a spread dedicated to the next big thing. The one-man wrecking crew whose combination of amateur wrestling pedigree, explosive speed, and brute strength made him a force unlike any other. The magazine described him as a living machine of muscle and fury. A farm-raised juggernaut who took WWE by storm, already a multi-time champion and the youngest ever at that. The text emphasizing his unstoppable momentum, while sidebars detailed his training regimen, his freakish squats and power cleans, his diet and discipline, even tied to a 3-page Muscle Tech supplement advertorial showing how Lesnar's intensity was marketed as something fans could bottle, a modern synergy between athlete and brand. He was presented as a man with no ceiling, the unstoppable monster Eddie Guerrero somehow managed to slay. Lighter fare balanced the issue, with Rikishi and Scotty Hotty, the beloved Too Cool tandem, reunited after years apart, their return painted as a blast of nostalgia that felt perfectly in place on the SmackDown roster. The feature showed them dancing again, Scotty winding up the worm, Rikishi dropping the big splash. Crowds loving the throwback, as if the Attitude Era had never left. It was an unapologetic love letter to fun, a reminder that not everything needed to be serious, and that wrestling's variety, serious champions, unstoppable monsters, and dancing big men was what made it magical. Then came the full-blooded Italians, the FBI, cast as bad fellas in a cheeky feature that winked at their mobster gimmick. With pictures of Nunzio, Johnny Stamboli, and Chuck Palumbo strutting in suits, the copy leaned into the parody, joking that if you thought you saw them fixing matches or running gambling rings, you must have had a broken television. It was tongue-in-cheek but effective, the kind of fun only WWE's magazine could pull off, leaning into kayfabe while letting readers in on the joke. The biggest feature of the issue was the multi-page recap of No Way Out, packed with glossy action shots and breathless text, and at its center, Eddie Guerrero's coronation. The coverage highlighted Goldberg's interference, Brock Lesnar's F5 countered into a DDT, and the frog splash that sealed history. Eddie's title win treated as the culmination of a lifetime. But it didn't stop there. The magazine also spotlighted Kurt Angle versus John Cena versus Big Show in the Triple Threat, detailing Angle's cunning victory, John Cena's refusal to quit, and the groundwork laid for Cena's inevitable rise. There was coverage of Rey Mysterio's daredevil work, Chavo Guerrero's betrayal of his uncle, and the overall sense that No Way Out was a SmackDown showcase. A turning point pay-per-view that would ripple through WrestleMania season. Departments brought fan interactivity to life. Letters gave readers a platform to rant or gush. The Lowdown offered tidbits and gossip. Gilman's Corner served as commentary, and Ask the Superstars became the fan-favorite feature where readers quizzed talent on personal stories. In this issue, John Cena admitted he was sitting in his tiny one-bedroom apartment in Inglewood when he got the call from WWE, and he immediately quit his job, walking away to chase destiny. Bradshaw recalled that he was literally pulled into a shower by Terrell Briscoe and J.J. Dillon to be told he had a deal, laughing at the absurdity of it. Dawn Marie said she was at the gym when her phone rang, negotiating her contract right then and there. Shelton Benjamin, the rising star, shared his moment too, revealing the hunger and disbelief he felt when WWE came calling. These anecdotes humanize the wrestlers, making them relatable to fans who dreamed of that same call. The family drama feature titled Stop the Madness dug deep into the dangerous cocktail of blood and business, Brian Solomon analyzing how professional wrestling destroys family ties, pointing to the implosion of Los Guerreros as the freshest case. Eddie and Chavo's bond torn apart on screen, echoing past feuds like Bret versus Owen Hart, Matt versus Jeff Hardy, Undertaker versus Kane, and even warning that tag teams like the Dudleys or the Bashams could one day combust. The article served as both analysis and cautionary tale, underscoring that in WWE, family meant nothing when gold was on the line, and that betrayal always sold tickets. Other features rounded out the issue, a legend spotlight on Chavo Guerrero Sr., honoring the patriarch of the Guerrero clan, his legacy in Mexico and the United States, connecting past to present. Smack Talk provided short-form interviews and quotes, giving fans a taste of character without long features. DVD Zone reviewed the latest releases, while Tales from the Hook let Tazz vent in his trademark gruff style, a regular column that mixed kayfabe grit with real-world gripes. Every page felt designed to make SmackDown feel like the edgier, more youthful brand compared to Raw, with more humor, more grit, and more interactivity. By the time the magazine closes, the impression is overwhelming. SmackDown in 2004 was on fire. Eddie Guerrero's dream realized. Brock Lesnar, portrayed as the unstoppable monster, toppled. The Big Show humanized in ways fans had never seen. Rikishi and Scotty reviving pure fun. The FBI winking through parody. And the family drama of the Guerreros echoing through every column. Prosody. It was glossy, it was colorful, it was drenched in the energy of ruthless aggression. And flipping each page felt like living inside the product. The magazine a companion to the weekly show and pay-per-views. A time capsule that captured Eddie Guerrero's crowning achievement and the chaos and charm of SmackDown at its best. From the pages of WWE SmackDown magazine, April 2004, the story is one of triumph and turbulence, of giants and underdogs, of families imploding and champions rising, of kayfabe comedy and raw reality. A reminder that in this era, SmackDown was more than a TV show. It was a movement, and these pages are its living record.